Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming by the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, from the heart of the Deep South. We talk about music, records, do record reviews, interviews, and much more. Today I'm a little upset, ticked off, because I just got through finishing a complete live review, playing this album, doing a full review on it, and then it was completely blocked. The whole thing, worldwide, copyright infringement. And normally, as you guys know who regularly come to this channel, I play the records. They usually get demonetized, and that's it. And really, these are fair use videos. These fall into fair use. I'm doing a review. I'm talking over the music. I'm talking about the history of the record, doing all that kind of stuff. And so it falls into fair use. Unfortunately, on YouTube, it's set by the copyright holder, and they can either allow it to be used, completely demonetized. They take all the money from your video. They can share some of that monetization with you, which happens once in a blue moon. And sometimes they'll allow you full monetization, which doesn't happen very often. This is the first time that I've ever had it where it said no monetization and blocked globally, cannot be played. So as a result, I'm coming back now to do the review. I'm just going to tell you what I think about it versus being able to play it, unfortunately. So first of all, this album here, Loaded, is the fourth Velvet Underground album, and considered by many to be the last Velvet Underground album, because Lou Reed left shortly after this was recorded and was not present on the fifth album. So many people consider this to be the last real Velvet Underground album. Two of the albums, the Nico record and this one, are considered by many people to be the best albums they put out. They did not become very popular as a band until after they had broken up, and that's probably due to Lou Reed's success as a solo artist. I was never a huge fan. I owned this back in the day in my early 20s, as well as the Nico record. I had them on CD because it was kind of required listening to hear this band, critically acclaimed. For me, it never held my interest, and it's not really my cup of tea. This is one of the albums I would not have purchased had I not been subscribed to the series. So far, out of all the records that I've got in this series, I've been happy with. The only one I have not pulled back out to listen to a second time is the Hootie and the Blowfish, and this will be the second one. This was released in November 1970 and recorded in April through August of 70 at the Atlantic Studio in New York City. And several singles came off, most notably Sweet Jane. But this record had no success whatsoever when it was released. It failed to chart at all. Listening to this album, let's just talk a little bit briefly about the sound of this. For what it is, it sounds good. So the mix is nice. You can hear the vocals sound nice. There's not a whole lot of depth to this record, and it's the way it was produced. To me, it's a very lo-fi type of recording. The vocals sound decent. The guitars are okay. The drums are kind of muffly sounding. And overall, it just, to me, is not a very good sounding production. So to me, it's kind of an overrated album, in my opinion. Rolling Stone has this on their top 250 rock albums of all time. I don't think that it's even close to that. This is just, to me, a kind of a boring, bland album. My personal opinion, no offense to you guys out there that like this record, but to me, it's very overrated. This was originally engineered by Adrian Barber. It was produced by Jeff Haslam, Shel Kagan, and the Velvet Underground together. As of around 2013, these had sold about 250,000 copies. So it's become more of a popular album after the fact. And you've got Lou Reed on here, vocals, guitars. You got Doug Ewell playing guitars, pianos, organs, some percussion and vocals. Sterling Morrison's on lead and rhythm guitars. You have Maureen Tucker, who's normally on drums, even though she's credited for the drums on this album, did not play drums. Okay, so even though she's credited as playing drums, it's Adrian Barber, Tommy Casanaro, and Billy Ewell. They cover the drumming on this album between the three of those guys. So again, this is nothing to do with Ryan K. Smith's mastering on this. He mastered it. It's pressed at QRP. It sounds good for what it is, but to me, this is a very, in my opinion, kind of a poor produced album. Some people are going to disagree with me. That's fine. Leave your comments. I'd love to hear what you guys think, on this channel. That's something that I welcome, is you guys leaving your comments. Give the thumbs up, subscribe, share it with other people. Unfortunately, again, I can't play any of the music for you because it's blocked. Before I let you go, I do have a great interview coming up with David Hellbach, and a lot of you guys were interested in this album because it got quite a few views. This is a fantastic jazz fusion album. On Sundays, you're going to see interviews being dropped quite a bit. Sunday interview with David Hellbach coming up, hour-long discussion about his musical career in this album. So when I have interviews, I will be dropping those on Sundays. I just think that's a kind of a nice time to drop the interview for people can kick back, listen to a conversation, and learn about the artists. More of those are coming. And if I don't have an interview on Sunday, I'll just drop another review on that day. So I'll keep that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday thing going. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll be doing other things on those days, like live streams or different types of videos. So again, I appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel and supporting the channel. Kind of a weird thing, though, that happened here where it just got completely blocked. And unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. Not able to play the music for you guys. But for me, this was not one of my favorites, one of the ones I would not have purchased. For those of you out there that like this album, you're probably going to like the way it sounds because, for the way it was recorded and what it is, it sounds good. You could hear everything. So the vocals, I think, are the most impressive part of this because, again, this is a very, in my opinion, of kind of a bland sounding album and a bland production. So just not my cup of tea. It's musically and as a production, the way it was engineered and produced, just kind of not my cup of tea. So anyways, that's my review on the Velvet Underground Loaded. Happy listening to you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks and take care.